Yeah, Noir got the fuck up out of it, didn't he? Homelander was like, "Oh man, do you have any idea why Soldier Boy could be back? I mean, you were a member of his team. Do you got anything for me?" Absolute silence. Second Homelander's out of earshot, my man turned around, went straight into the elevator, was like, "Sick, yick, here you go." Whoosh, gone. Funny as hell. But where did he go? So I have three working theories as to where exactly Noir essentially disappeared to. Number one, he's the most tactical out of all of the seven. And we've seen that multiple times due to the fact that Edgar has sent him on missions to eliminate dangerous individuals and to also eliminate people that are a threat to Vought. And his job is to basically go in, eliminate the target, and get the fuck out. We see that when he lands down, he kills Kimiko for the first time. We see that when he's basically hiding on the fucking rooftop, waiting to ambush Butcher. And then we also see that again when he goes to the Middle East to kill the soup terrorist. So chances are he's being super tactical. He knows that in order to get the jump on Soldier Boy, he has to completely remove any trace of him like in the system for Vought in any way, shape, or form, which is removing the tracker and then just going dark. The last two options really have to do with Edgar, so I think I'm gonna combine them both and to just say Edgar in general. So Soldier Boy makes the connection pretty much instantaneously when he's talking to the twins that Black Noir was essentially under orders from Vought, because he says that there's no way Noir would do it. He wouldn't wipe his ass without Vaught's say so. Now, it's super easy to make the next logical conclusion, which is if Black Noir was working for Vought to turn me over to the Reds, then the person who was in charge of the team who works for Vought is Stan Edgar. The current person who's in charge of Vought International in general is Stan Edgar, which means that Edgar is the one who gave the go-ahead to essentially turn me over to the Russians so that I can be tortured and experimented on for like the last 50 years, and he's my next target. If Soldier Boy is able to make essentially that leap of logic, then it stands to reason that the second Black Noir saw that he was alive and was made aware of the fact that not only Gunpowder was dead, but also the fact that he basically killed Crimson Countess, he automatically knows that, okay, Soldier Boy is hunting every single member of Payback. Eventually, one of these fuck-ups is going to say that the person who gave the orders to essentially have him turned over to the Russians was Edgar, or in general was Vought. And as a direct result, I need to go and protect Edgar. Now, why did he cut the tracking chip out? Well, we see that Vought essentially uses those tracking chips to keep a really close eye on the suits. I think it was last season, or maybe it was the season before last, that they basically used the tracker that was inside of Starlight to ambush her and her mother at the cafe and to get hands on them. And then it was also used again when Black Noir essentially like dropped in and snatched her up. So he removed the tracker so that they wouldn't be able to track him in any way, shape, or form, because the location and the person he's going to has essentially went dark themselves and is completely off the grid in the form of Edgar. Now, throughout this entire season, I really feel as though we've seen Edgar like every single episode up until the point that he was betrayed and Homelander took control of Vought, and then my man disappeared. And why would Edgar disappear? Because he's letting Homelander and basically all of Vought International hold the bag as everything on their end starts to implode, and he's basically doing his own thing off to the side. And what I mean by his own thing off to the side is we see that Homelander is not aware of Temp V. When Butcher got powers and freaking Optic blasted him, Homelander was like, what the fuck is this? Where the hell did this come from? William? When you develop superpowers, William? Like, he was super tripped out at the fact that Butcher had powers. So Homelander is not aware of Temp V. That is something that, for the most part, Edgar kept really close to his chest because it was still in R&D. Now, by that point in time, the question could be like, well, how did Maeve discover it? Maeve was basically paying attention to everything that was going on in Vought, and once she realized that this was a thing, she smuggled some out. But for Edgar, when he left, I feel as though he took the secret sauce for Temp V with him, and he's either currently working with the United States military, or he's off making his own corporation and doing his own thing way off to the side. but Noir is definitely going to Edgar because he knows that Edgar is going to be probably the next person on Soldier Boy's list once Soldier Boy wipes out all the members of Payback. And in all honesty, it makes the most sense because Noir owes Edgar the most. There's another video that I really need to make about whether or not Noir lost his powers in Nicaragua, and then Edgar was the one who basically gave him another shot of V, which turned him into the version of Black Noir that we currently see, which is basically he received a ton of damage in Nicaragua, which messed up his vocal cords and damaged his eye. And then at some point in time later, once he discovered his powers were gone, they injected him with V again, but the V didn't repair the damage that he already sustained. It just fixed his body, so he was back in fighting shape, which is why we never see his face, and he also does not talk. And he also still has the facial scars from when Maeve pulled off his mask. But yeah, Noir is definitely on his way to go protect Edgar, or to go and inform Edgar, because he is more loyal to Edgar. I would say in terms of loyalty, it would be Homelander, Bot, Edgar. And because Edgar is currently in danger, he's completely abandoned the last two to go and protect the Prime Directive. But we'll see. Like, I have a feeling, I don't know whether or not we're going to go towards comic book Black Noir at some point in time, but I'm kind of hoping that we don't, because I'm really interested in the current Black Noir story that they're trying to tell. The Boys TV show has diverged in its own path in regards to the characters, and to be quite honest, for 95% of the time, I would say that it's a fantastic direction the show has taken the comic book, because a lot of the comic book is kind of sucks. Like, there are some really good parts in the comic books, but as you get towards the end of the comic book, a lot of the decisions that are made kind of suck. So it's interesting to see these characters go off in different directions and how exactly all that's going to play out. But yeah, Noir is definitely going to go see his dad because Papa Edgar is in trouble, and Noir's like, nah, not on my watch, goddammit. But yeah, if you have other theories about where you think exactly Noir is going, comment below. You know, I like to read your comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.